Good Sunday morning. It is 10 a.m. straight up, and you are taking a live look over Galveston, plus a current look at Beryl's expected track to the Texas coast. That storm brewing and stewing in the Gulf. Thanks for joining us right now. I'm Sherman Chow here with Ron Trevino.
And our weather and traffic coverage continues this morning. Gita Kraft, Kim Castro, and Jennifer Rayner are here.
Let's go ahead and check in now with meteorologist Kim Castro, who just got the latest advisory on Beryl. Kim.
Yes, as of the 10 a.m. advisory, Beryl is still a tropical storm, but some key new components. Notice the west side, the south, and east side of Beryl showing strong convection. Pretty soon here, it'll start to develop an eye. I think later on today, it jumps up to a Category 1 hurricane. 65 miles an hour, so that's an update. It's jumped up in 5-mile-an-hour intensity. It's dropped its forward speed, which means it has more time in the Gulf to get that warm Gulf moisture and again re-intensify. National Hurricane Center puts it at a Category 1 hurricane by the time it makes landfall early Monday morning, sometime between 2 and 5 o'clock. And something else to note, it maintains that Category 1 strength as it pushes inland in southeast Texas. So that's going to be something we track very closely. Look at this timestamp, 9:30, and the projected wind gust in Sugar Land, 74 miles an hour. That is a hurricane force wind gust. We'll be dealing with that type of wind threat throughout the morning and early afternoon. That's the predominant threat I'm watching. What else am I tracking with Beryl? The potential for coastal storm surge flooding and inland flooding from the heavy rain in a short period of time. In addition to that, those outer bands create friction and a spin in the atmosphere. We could see tornadoes spin up from Beryl as well, guys. We'll have more details on what we're expecting with Beryl over the next few hours and into tomorrow here coming up.
All right, a lot to keep an eye on. Thanks, Kim. Right now, several Texas counties have issued voluntary evacuation notices. That includes parts of Brazoria County and also Matagorda County. Galveston County has also issued a voluntary evacuation notice for people who live in areas not protected by the seawall.
Here's a look at the colleges that will be closed tomorrow. The list includes Alvin Community College, Brazosport College, San Jacinto Community College, the University of Houston Victoria, and Wharton County Junior College. Local districts include Cleveland, Crosby, Dickinson, and Hitchcock so far. We've got a full list of school closures on our website, KHOU.com.
Take a look at this. Just an hour ago, Freeport police announcing the closure of Bryan Beach. You can see in the photo how the tides are already washing up to the dunes this morning. And the storm may delay trash pickup tomorrow. This is a tweet from Texas City. Officials there will make a decision on Monday's pickup. They'll do that by tonight at 6 p.m. Double check to be sure your area is still on schedule for any trash pickup. Do that before you put out your trash cans. And remember, those cans can get tossed around in the strong winds.
This morning, Centerpoint is preparing for its potential impacts from Beryl here in the Houston area. Right now, the company's power outage tracker map remains down after technical issues during the derecho back in May. As of now, we're seeing about a little over 2,000 outages for Centerpoint customers. Remember, if you or someone you love is dependent on power for life-sustaining medical equipment, make a backup plan right now. Never use generators inside your home or inside a closed space. Stay away from rising water, which can hide submerged outlets or electrical cords. And this is so important. We're going to say it a lot. Stay away from downed power lines. Experts say you remain at least 30 feet away and call 311 to report it, and only call 911 in case of an emergency. The Trinity River Authority says repairs to the Lake Livingston Dam will be done by tomorrow. The dam's spillway was damaged in recent storms. This video from Friday shows crews on the scene working on repairs. Officials are saying the dam will be able to handle larger amounts of water by tomorrow without its integrity being impacted.
And now here's a live look at Hobby Airport as the holiday weekend wraps up. Today, as you can imagine, expected to be another record-setting travel day. Thousands expected to fly through Houston airports.
We'll be closely monitoring flight updates throughout the morning and keep you updated on the air and online. At this hour, FlightAware's misery map isn't tracking too many problems at the airports.
All right, Cheetah Craft, what have you got?
Well, that 10 a.m. advisory, again, it did remain a tropical storm, but it is starting to gain a little bit more of its strength. So zoom zooming in on our radar, what I'm noticing is the outermost bands of Beryl are already starting to kick in some showers and thunderstorms. That's draped across Matagorda, Brazoria, portions of Galveston as well. Let me show you here. Moving inland in Galveston, I'll zoom into this thunderstorm. Notice we have 3 or 4 lightning strikes that are making it just across the seawall there. So showers and thunderstorms begin as early as now, continuing to pick up speed through the afternoon hours. Let me get you to 5:30 this afternoon as we head into our evening. Some of these downpours, we could easily pick up about half to an inch and a half of rain today. And this only continues. You know, the grounds are going to become saturated thanks to the showers and thunderstorms today. But watch on our future track. This is 3:30 tomorrow morning. So it's gaining a little bit of speed compared to what we were thinking maybe just 24 hours ago, making landfall still in Matagorda. But what's interesting to note with the latest runs, notice how it holds together. So potentially still dealing with a Category 1 hurricane as it continues to move inland. And that is where we could still have hurricane force winds. So remember, when we're tracking a tropical storm, a tropical system, now a tropical storm, what will become a hurricane, there are 4 components with that. It's not only the heavy potential flash flooding, the storm surge that we've been talking about from Galveston through all the way down into Corpus Christi, but it's also the winds and then the tornado threat. So the winds, of course, around a hurricane force 74 miles per hour or above, but tropical storm force may continue to spread well inland. 9 a.m. tomorrow, I will say the good news about this, it looks like it races to the north. This is not expected to sit and stall out. In fact, it moves so quickly, almost by lunchtime tomorrow, it's taking a big chunk of this energy and driving this for most of our northern counties. It looks like by about 3, 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, a big part of this is already over. But for a solid 12 to maybe even 16 hours, we are going to have the threat for torrential rain. Think 2, 3, 4 inches of rain per hour. So this is a live look at our flood gauges. We're partners with the Harris County Flood Control District, and they are all green. So that is good news across the board. There are no problem spots as of right now. But as I put the potential, how much rain we could see into future motion, notice it's these big areas between 4 to 6 inches of rain. When you start to see some of the purple there, that's 6+ inches of rain, and that's mainly just for Monday. I also want you to keep in mind, let's say the official landfall wobbles a little east or a little west. That is going to change where the strongest winds and the heaviest downpours line up. So those little wobbles can make a very big difference. I'm going to bring in meteorologist Kim Castro. You know, Kim, we've been focusing a lot when the official landfall is, but it's the impacts beforehand and afterhand. So that's why there's just a lot of updates, and we have to stay fluid with this forecast as well.
Exactly. And you still have a couple of hours to make those final preparations to get to the spot we're going to be once Beryl does move into southeast Texas, because at that point you're going to have to switch your mindset from prepare to protect. So here's your hourly forecast on your Sunday. On and off showers and storms throughout the day. These are the outer bands of Beryl. I say you want to be hunkered down wherever you're going to spend the evening and the majority of your Monday by 10 o'clock, because that's when we start to see the heaviest rain, the strongest wind, the threat for tornadoes kick up. That's because the outer bands from Beryl now start pushing in, and now we're looking at the landfall overnight Monday into early Monday afternoon. So that's a snapshot at 7 o'clock. We're seeing the heavy downpours. That continues until about 1 or 2. After that, we'll see some residual rain bands and then the residual impacts. Are the streets going to be flooded? Are we going to see the down trees, the power lines? What are we going to have to deal with after the fact? I think Monday, just plan on staying inside for the duration of the day. Cheetah told you the rainfall that's expected 4 to 6 inches. Because of that, we're under a flood watch. Flash flooding is going to be a big concern overnight into our Monday. We're also under tropical alerts, either a tropical storm warning, which is what Harris County is in, to a hurricane warning along the coastline, because the winds that we're expecting 40 to 80 miles an hour. So that's going to have significant impacts, not just for the landfall locations, but as Beryl continues to track through southeast Texas. Notice it maintains its hurricane strength through Monday morning. So that's going to be something that we have to watch, not just for the coast, even though the coast has additional threats when it comes to the storm surge. 3 to 5 feet of a surge expected for Galveston Bay. So we're talking about low-lying homes, businesses seeing flooding impacts from Beryl initially moving in, and then later on those heavy rain bands having flash flooding impacts throughout southeast Texas. So bottom line, 2 weather impact alert days. Today, that kicks in overnight, and it really ramps up through the early portion of our Monday. Beyond that, Beryl exits by Tuesday. We're just looking at cleanup efforts, and then the rest of the 7-day forecast is fine. So you really need to make sure you postpone anything you've got going on starting tonight through your Monday, Jen.
I mean, we'd love for this to be a dud altogether.
Yes.
But if it is not, that means we are going to tell you, hey, stay off the roads. If it's from later tonight into tomorrow afternoon, it's just a short duration. So pause any of your plans. Drive only if you have to be on the roads, because we're going to be alerting you on floods, any roads that have high water spots. We're going to be watching for weakened roads, anything that begins to fall apart on us. We want you to be vigilant around any high water or high vehicles. If you have to be on the roads, I know I was getting some emails from my folks that need to be out in the industrial part of town, and they are asking about the Fred Hartman Bridge. I'll be asking TxDOT so many questions to see how they are preparing, but you do want to be vigilant around those higher vehicles as they do splash the water up and kicks onto your windshield, and that sort of throws drivers off. We don't want to let our guard down. We could see down trees, down power lines, signal light issues. It just depends on if these winds really come through our area and impact things the way they are predicted to do so. Anybody who lives near the coast, because of the storm surge, we're asked to move your vehicles to higher ground. That would be the smartest thing. We are expecting some flight delays or ground stops. The FAA are those who predict or who cut off the air travel to our city. So we'll be keeping an eye on both airports. Right now, we have a little bit of slow traffic up the Gulf Freeway right near Hobby Airport and also into downtown. We also have an incident on the East Freeway at Sheldon. It's going to be on your feeder road. We've got some wet road conditions. You heard Cheetah talk about what's happening around Port Lavaca and Seadrift, and a little bit of those rain showers right now hitting I-45 in Galveston County. You're getting a little bit of saturation there on the Gulf Freeway right around Tiki as you come through Texas City. Here's that incident on the East Freeway. It's the outbound feeder road at Sheldon that is completely cut off, but the main lanes are looking pretty decent, and this is going to be across town. Right now, we are looking at other highway conditions, including the North Beltway at the Hardy. In case you are picking up a loved one who's possibly flying back to Houston, be sure that you wait in those cell phone lots. We have a left lane that is blocked right near Imperial Valley, and that is going to stay shut down throughout the duration until further notice, actually. Sherman, that's about all that's happening right now in traffic. Over to you.
All right, Jen, thank you very much. Get the latest on Tropical Storm Beryl. Download the KHOU 11 app. Just point your phone's camera at the QR code on your screen. Free to download in the Apple and Google Play stores.
We're going to be back in an hour with the latest coverage on Beryl at 11 o'clock on the air and online.